Yo, guys, welcome back to TFW, and today we're going to be discussing our favorite young players at the Euros. You know, who stood out to us, who's impressed us, who do you think is going to have a good season going forward. Often, when players have unbelievable seasons, they get signed for massive fees, and then it doesn't always go well. But we just want to see who's really stood out to us. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. But before we get into it, as we always say, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what type of ideas you like to see in the comments. And also be sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, guys. I'm going to go over to mids first.
Me, you know what, yeah? I ain't going to lie. One player I've been impressed with. It's a cop-out. Is it a cop-out? It's a cop-out. I'm going to say LAMINE YAMAL. Because
It's not a cop-out.
the thing is, to me, it's a bit of a cop-out because it's like everyone's talking about him. He's 16, he's at the Euros. England, Spain's youngest ever player, Spain's youngest ever scorer. But it's like, I was saying this to my brother, I was like, the new wave of youngsters that we're seeing, like these 17, 18-year-olds are fearless nowadays. Because at least when we were growing up, we'd see them come in for like the odd game or two towards the end of the season. They look a bit shaky, a bit nervous, but this LAMINE, 16.
16.
And
Crazy.
Sorry, just one more to add on to what you said is Euros top score, youngest ever scorer as well.
Yeah, Euros. Yeah, exactly.
Because they're young, but they're doing big things at a young age. So they're fearless, but I feel like it's definitely not a cop out. You got to give them their plaudits because what he's doing is different.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's scary?
It is.
In 10 years' time, he's going to be 26. You know, this brother can play for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And still not reach 40.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Nah.
You don't want to obviously put too much pressure on his shoulders, but
No, but even if he continues playing like this for the rest of his career, he's going to go down as a very, very good player.
And if he's that player who's a one club man, and at Barcelona, he could recreate what
Messi did.
No.
I didn't want to say it.
You know what? I mean,
because that's a lot of pressure. But 16 doing this,
I ain't gonna lie. What, Messi made his debut at 18?
Something like that, maybe 17.
I ain't gonna lie. It was crazy at first, but I kind of hear it.
Nah. I don't know if he quite has what it takes to get to Messi.
Who knows?
but who knows? We didn't know that when Messi came.
You're right.
Exactly.
We don't know. I mean, not that I was watching Messi's debut, but looking back at it.
No, but that's with hindsight though, because it's like you can see the signs and what. Because the thing is, if Neymar, actually no, Neymar's a separate case. If someone like Robinho had actually lived up to his height, we'd been like, oh yeah, we've seen it because of the tapes and all that sort of stuff. But he didn't. And even still, when we look back on the tapes of Robinho and all these other amazing wonder kids, it's like, yo, we see the ingredients, just no one cooked here. That's the only difference.
No, I hear it. I hear it. I've been impressed by him.
Yeah, very impressed. You know, I don't want to put too much pressure about.
No, he's crazy.
He's unbelievable
because he's playing like he's been playing for 5 years. Like the way he dribbles and he's taking on these grown men.
Yeah.
I know we like to talk about that so much about, the difference between boys and grown men on the football pitch, but
I mean, another player in the same team that's really impressed me on the other side is Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Was it against Italy where he was cooking their right back?
You see Di Lorenzo, he had him in a headlock.
Bro. I was just
and he didn't let go.
Yeah.
No,
it's crazy. Yeah.
He wasn't even trying to hear it.
He's just what I like about wingers is when they're direct, traditional.
Exactly.
Wingers that are direct, and I saw him go, just doing his thing. Then I looked at him online. I saw he's got a release clause like 58 million or whatever. But what I'm happy about is that it seems set in stone that he's staying at Bilbao. That's what he plays for.
Yeah, Bilbao.
Yeah, because I think he's Ghanaian heritage, but he's from that Basque region.
Yeah, so brother, right? with Athletic Bilbao, they don't especially in their academy. No, they don't really sign players. It's only players that are really from the Basque region that play for Bilbao.
Yeah.
And funny enough, his release clause, the reason why it's like relatively low is because he's on crazy wages. And that's how they keep a lot of their players. Yeah. Like even Muniain, when he was in the peak of his years, didn't leave because his wages, he's on 200k.
Yeah,
Nico Williams.
They look after their players from that region.
Yeah. I was surprised. I didn't know he was that direct. Obviously, I don't watch the league anywhere near as much as I watch Premier League.
Yeah,
but it was good. And to see him do it on a big stage, Euros and against Italy as well. It's not just a small team. Very impressive.
I was gonna say, even still, I watch a fair bit of La Liga, and yes, I know the guy's wavy. I've known probably for like the last 12 months, but. It's like now the Euros, he's taking it to another level. And I think, yes, like you said, it's on a bigger stage. Yeah. It's where it really matters. And he's still doing the same, if not better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very good.
no, I can't lie.
Very good.
We need that. Arteta, we need that.
Yeah.
We need it.
All right. Who else? Who else can we look into? My shout was gonna be. You might just say because of one goal, but Arda Güler, I think he's very good. Like the main player in that team has been Hassan. I always struggle with the pronunciation of his surname. Yeah, Çalhanoğlu. I feel like he's been obviously their best player.
Yeah.
However, Arda Güler, he's unbelievable, man. It's the age as well. What is he, 19?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. 19. Obviously, he didn't do a lot in the Real Madrid campaign to be part of that Champions League winning. And
he was injured in the first.
Injured, exactly. Yeah. But I feel like he's impressive. You can see his talent. Picking up the ball, filling in those pockets. I think he's a good player. I think he's already at the best club in the world, so he's got a bright future ahead of him. For sure. Yeah.
I think another one, even to look in that Turkey team, is Kenan Yildiz. He plays for Juventus right now, and do you know what it is? I feel like sometimes when we talk about certain players, we are quick to always look at stats nowadays and numbers and the assists, the goals and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like when you just look at how he's been playing, he just looks comfy. Like a lot of things don't really seem to faze him. And hopefully, he can get more numbers internationally. And I think next year could be a good year for him at Juve, but I don't know.
Yeah. Another player is Kvaratskhelia as well. That's it, right? Kvaratskhelia?
Karavat, yeah.
No,
say what you said and just go in front of it.
I ain't gonna say it.
Kvaratskhelia.
But anyway, the Georgian right winger, left winger, Messi regen, some people say. I think he's a very, very good player. Such a good dribbler, fast, direct. Performing against big teams like Portugal, he played very well, and I think he got a goal as well. I think he's been really good. I think he's slightly older than the names we mentioned so far. I think he's 23. However, still a very good player. Apparently he wants to leave Napoli.
Yeah, I saw that, but
I'm not surprised.
He's like, they don't want to let him go because it seems like his agent and his dad is saying he's going.
But Conte said I vetoed the decision.
He's
not going. And obviously they call him Karim Madonna. They give him
that. Did you see him in the commentator the other day? It's a Kvaradona, Messi.
Yeah.
He's been unbelievable, but they're saying Conte saying he's vetoing the decision.
He's been impressive. Georgia on the whole, I think, have impressed me more.
Surprisingly, I didn't think they'd do that well, but they have.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see him at PSG, Mbappe replacement.
I can see him at PSG.
Could see it happening. I think one other player who hasn't started but has definitely looked impressive when he's been coming on is Vitinha for Portugal.
Yeah.
And I think he got his first goal the other day as well in the group stage. He's one where even when we've been watching him for PSG, we're like, wow. And, like we've said before, and I guess it kind of should be common knowledge that domestic football and international football are two different beasts. You can, by all means, play well for your club, but if your country, go missing, like certain people's favourites. But for Vitinha, it seems like now on this international stage, he's making his debut, and it's like, he still seems the same. And it goes on to my point I said at the start. It's almost like a seamless transition for a lot of these youngsters now.
Yeah.
Like, even when you look at, Bukayo Saka on the right wing, he's been playing amazing for England. Not necessarily this campaign.
That's the point that I was about to make, though. And it's sad. We've gone through how many names so far? 4 or 5 names, and we're still yet to name an England player.
Well, I was actually going to name an England player. I was going to name Gay.
Okay.
Because he's 23.
Okay.
Same age as the...
he's
23. Yeah,
I
I checked it a second ago. He's 23, and I was a little bit worried. So I was thinking Brantford should have gone. I was thinking, how is Gay actually starting? Is he ready to start?
Yeah.
And I think he's been our best defender.
Yeah.
He's been our best defender
100%.
This Euro campaign, so I think he definitely deserves a shout out.
Yeah. Saka's too far though. 1 assist doesn't get a shout. We know what Saka's capable
of.
Oh
no. I just meant in terms of like when I was comparing it to Vitinha and like when he was coming into the Portugal team for the first time. When Saka came into the England team for the first time, he was doing well.
Yeah.
Always got rip my boy, all that sort of stuff. Enough. But who's another player that is on
if I go to Netherlands, so we've got he hasn't done a lot, but Xavi Simons, he's tidy, man. He's a tidy player. I like what I've seen of him. People are trying to, label him a failed Wonderkid. It's too late to say that he is. Obviously, he's stuck in the. He's stuck.
Failed?
Yeah. like I've seen that rhetoric on Twitter. Like, nah, he
Look
ain't
how
gonna.
old he is, and he's playing in the
Exactly.
Euros. Like that
And
enough is
and
already
he's
to say he's
bossing it.
not a failed.
Exactly.
He's
Yeah,
bossing it.
Exactly.
he's
I
not a
really
failed
like him, and
Wonderkid.
obviously the issue is he's stuck in that
PSG contract,
PSG
Loan out,
lonely,
yeah.
yeah,
bro.
that
But
death
that's
row
fine.
Chelsea
That's
like
temporary.
contract.
Like what you're doing is you're playing in different stadiums. He's building his experience and he's showing himself to the world. He's at the Euros now where he's playing well. I don't necessarily see that as a bad thing. I think eventually he needs to either stay at PSG or leave permanently.
Yeah.
It seems like that's not going to happen this transfer window. It seems like he's going to go on loan again.
Yeah.
But by this time next season, that's what he needs to be looking to do.
Agreed.
But I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, and then the second one was Cody Gakpo, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely, especially after the season he had for Liverpool, where it was quite underwhelming, and people were like, "Well, we already have Jota."
This is his second season at Liverpool.
It's a second.
Yeah. Because he was there in the
Second.
It is a second.
because he was there in the well, if you talk about one result where he lost it, he was there in that United 7-0, and that's when I thought, oh my god,
He's coming alive.
this guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's his second.
Damn.
Yeah.
But then last season there was kind of a drop off.
Or was it 1.5?
I think it might have been 1.5.
Yeah, it was a January signing, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
so
Okay,
he's
yeah,
had
yeah,
one
yeah.
and a
It is his
half
second,
seasons.
yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I don't really remember him being at.
He had one and a half
yeah.
seasons at Liverpool. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a January signing, but he's looked good this year. But he's always looked good in that
International.
international. He's always looked good in the Netherlands shirt.
He could be one of those players.
Yeah, you think so?
Shaqiri.
Really, that looks good in there, but doesn't live up to their club form.
Hey, Shaqiri never lived up to it. Didn't matter where he was playing at Bayern, Inter, Liverpool. He had talent, but where that talent led him?
Yeah. It's different though, because with Shaqiri at
Stoke.
no, with Shaqiri for his country, for
Yeah.
Switzerland, he was their best player. Or even maybe still is. Or at least up there anyway. Whereas with a lot of the clubs he's played at where you want him to, live up to that expectation, like Liverpool, he wasn't their best player. He wasn't even a starting player at that time.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's a fair shot.
I think
It's a
but
different.
when it
it's
comes
a
to
different
Liverpool,
thing.
and
when it comes to
Xhaka.
Liverpool though,
Yeah, Saka. Yeah.
when it comes to Liverpool, Gakpo's not one of their best players. He's not.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
my
but
point.
that's his point. Yeah,
That's my point. So when you're playing for a team where you don't have it upon yourselves to really take that mantle and drive the team forward, you can go under the radar and maybe not perform. You might not be as confident. Whereas where you're playing for a team where you are one of the best players or maybe even the best player,
Yeah.
I don't think Gakpo is the best player, but he's definitely one of the best players for Netherlands. I
Arguable.
feel as though you take that responsibility a bit more to make something happen, and you end up looking better for your country than
true.
you do for your club.
I think the only reason I said Shaqiri is because there's a lot of similarities. Like Gakpo in PSV was highly regarded, touted to be a big star. Similar to Shaqiri when he came up through Basel was touted to be one of the next big things. Hence why Bayern bought him. Hence why Inter Milan bought him, and it didn't really work out for him.
Yeah.
So and again, he's probably got like 10 years on Gakpo. So I'm saying it's you know what I mean? If Gakpo now at Liverpool still continues to not really live up to I guess what they bought him for and kind of underwhelms, he could go to like a Fleck or he could go to like a Lyon, and then would he still underwhelm? Would he live up to it? I'm just saying.
the Premier League ain't easy, but I guess
Yeah.
on the international stage, he's done his job.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah.
else?
Quick shout out to Manu. I think he hasn't had the opportunities that he probably deserves, but I think in the minutes that he has come on for, he's made a big difference. He came on for the second half against Slovenia, I think it was, where he replaced Gallagher at half time, and I think him and Palmer both made a big difference to the game, especially him. I think considering it's his first season playing top level football, he's so young. He can dictate the tempo of the game. He can do that, and he's just such a good all round player. And I think if he played for any other country, he would most likely be starting.
Yeah.
For them. So
I hear it.
shout out to him.
What do you guys think about Calafiori for Italy?
I haven't seen much of him.
The one with the hair.
You've seen
the
him,
hair.
the
You've
hair.
seen
He's
him.
got the hair.
You've seen him. His
on
PR's
Twitter.
been
Yeah,
amazing.
His PR's crazy.
They're calling him the next
maybe
Nesta.
when I see him.
Yeah, which is
It's a
push. Obviously,
yeah.
obviously look alike or whatever, but like he's been alright. But now he's one who's now touted for the moves.
But rightfully so, to be fair. I think
think so?
I think he looks comfy. Whether it's him playing at, he doesn't play left back for Italy, but for Bologna he's done a few shifts from if I can remember correctly. He's done a few shifts playing, not necessarily starting as a left back, but going into that left back role in transition. And when they do have possession and whatnot. And as a left-footed centre half, I don't want to say it's rare, but there's not that many left-footed centre halves.
And how old is he?
He's 23
Fairs.
or 22. I need to
Okay.
double check that one, but he's
young.
Yeah, he's a young talent, and this is the first tournament. He's looking. I can't lie. He's looking kind of decent. I think you guys should look at him. I think United should definitely look at him. Yeah, because
We'll see.
other
He
than
can play. So what is his natural position?
I'd say he's a natural centre half.
Okay.
Natural centre half.
But who can play left back?
Yeah, and I feel like if you bring him to United, and you have Martinez ahead of him, and he can sort of play bit part role, and then maybe
because Martinez has the injury concern as well.
Exactly.
Doesn't he?
And then we also have the injury concern of Luke Shaw. So then it could be a Calafiori and Martinez thing on the left-hand side. And then whoever they have on the right-hand side.
Did you say Calafiori?
Yeah.
Is it with a C?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, you was with a K or something?
Yeah, no, I was thinking, who you guys talking about? Like,
You should know the hair.
The hairband.
Got it.
Yeah, I think he'd be a quite a good signing for like United or potentially even Chelsea. Who knows?
Chelsea are linked to everyone, man.
Yeah, someone was putting a joke out saying because the most goals scored in Euros is by own goals, and you're like Todd Bowley's career in a 60 mil bid for own goals.
Oh, of course.
I hear it though.
Of course.
If he could, he would.
My final shout was always struggle with his name, Jorge's Mita. How do I pronounce it, bro? Mita is gone.
Matadze.
Yeah, him. Unbelievable, man. Like, obviously, cool. Mids has said it, and he might be that player where he has that Euros hype, and then a team goes on to sign him. He's linked to West Ham. That just sounds like a.
It sounds like a West Ham signing.
Yeah, like a Skamaka gone wrong again.
No, but I think it's okay. It's better than I think that tends to happen when these players go to a club that's too big for them.
Like Amrabat.
Like when Odegaard went to Real Madrid.
That was different.
Why?
Because that was a youngster.
This is a youngster.
He's 15.
This is a youngster as well.
A 23-year-old bearded man compared to a 15-year-old Odegaard.
Yeah, but the youngsters.
And also the difference is Odegaard didn't shine at a massive tournament and then snapped him up. Bro, he was doing his bit in Norway. And then it was like, yeah, cool. Made his international debut, not in a tournament.
He played at the World Cup.
What World Cup?
Did he?
He might have, but it wasn't off the back of the World Cup.
It wasn't
off the back of the World Cup.
Am I mixing him up?
Nah, Odegaard is just.
I want to check on that
Odegaard
one.
is the YouTube Wonder Kid, and
exactly. It's one of them YouTube ones.
And he got that move. Oh, it's a tough Odegaard and Amrabat. We can't.
Yeah, you can't
them,
do that.
But
I'm not comparing. I'm comparing him with the Georgian striker. Go on.
But he obviously. Because when now he's getting all this, this hype in the Euros. I went back to look at his season in Liga, Uber Eats League.
Yeah.
But he got 13 goals and 4 assists in 20 games for Metz.
Yeah, and to be fair,
that's an unbelievable return.
Especially for a team like Metz, who aren't necessarily like a team like Nice or Lyon or Marseille, who can potentially push on for Champions League and should be in and around that top 5. I think it's a very good tally.
Yeah, I think he's good, man. I think he's a good one, and even if he doesn't go to West Ham, if he gets a move or goes to another club, I feel like it might be good for him, man. And the main thing and the whole premise of this video is these players are young.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be when we look back at this video or look back at our predictions in the next 2 years, in the World Cup, if we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Matadze, goes to West Ham and shines, or he goes to West Ham and then ends up in my favorite club, Trabzonspor. But we'll see. Who knows?
Pepe. But yeah, guys, without further ado, I think we'll just sign off on that one. But I'd like you guys to let us know, who do you think has been the great youngsters in this Euro campaign? Let us know in the comments. Let us know on TikTok. Let us know on Twitter. Let us know on Instagram. Feel free to interact with us on all these platforms. And as Raph always says,
tell a friend to tell a friend.
Peace.